Good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are in a creative mixed media art journal, a traveler's notebook size, following the words and wisdom of Mark Twain in his book, Following the Equator. Sit down, enjoy, and let's see where we go. Good morning. I've been absent. Let's address the absenteeism first. I'm over here behind you a little bit because I have a gigantic cast, and this is as close as I can get to my little table. I fell a week ago today, last Thursday for me, today's Friday for you. We have discovered a varmint under our house, and we thought it was cats at first, but they have been having a major party under our house. Now, our house is on a hill, obviously, but that whole underside is tall enough for people to walk in it. Well, by far on one end. It's probably like 9 feet tall on one end, and probably 3.5 feet tall on the short end. But it's all encapsulated, which means it's lined with a heavy, insulated plastic. Because of being in the South, we have so much humidity, and that area was so big, it was able to collect humidity easily, and the heating and air system does not do well with all that humidity and moisture that was able to collect under our house. They've been telling us for years that we should do it, and we just put it off, because it's very expensive. Thousands and thousands and thousands. And we ended up doing it about 2.5 years ago, maybe. So there's white, heavy, insulated construction plastic lining the walls, even though the foundation is brick, everything. The vents that lets the underneath breathe that go to the outside were boarded up, everything. So you can't get in there unless it's through a door. And when I got my Halloween decorations out, we noticed that there was a box last weekend, the weekend of Labor Day for us. We noticed there was a box that had urine in it. I thought it was cats, and I kind of fussed internally at the girls, our granddaughter and the little girl next door, for letting the cat underneath the house. And it got trapped maybe under there one night. Anyhow, put up the Halloween decorations, threw away what was ruined in the box, and went on about our business. That was Sunday and Monday. And then a week and a half ago, Thursday last week, my husband was under the house and came back up, and he said there is something going to the bathroom under the house, and a lot of it, liquid form and solid forms. So we went under there with bleach, and the plastic had not been ripped. So I'm thinking, if it was a cat, if you don't want to listen to this, come back tomorrow. There'll be art, but not until later. And I can't last very long because I'm on pain pills, and they kind of make me loopy. Not strong ones. The strong ones make me sick, and I'm not taking it. Anyhow, so we got under there with bleach and the shop vac, and scooped up all the solid in the shop vac, and got all the liquid as much as we could up and cleaned with bleach in a shop vac. We were putting the shop vac up, coming back up, and I came across a wet spot and slid. Now, underneath that house is a hill. When I slid, my ankle rolled this way towards the downhill side, and I fell on it. And I have a broken tibia, a broken fibula, and still not certain if there wasn't a torn ligament. He said usually if you break the two outside bones in your ankle, you tear a ligament also. I did not talk to the doctor after surgery. My husband did, but he doesn't hear well and he doesn't know exactly what he said. So I won't know until next Friday when I go for a checkup. But I was in surgery. I had to have surgery. He put in some plates and screws. I'm still not sure on how many. And I have this gigantic cast on my foot. I have a little wheelchair. That's what I'm in right now. And I have a chair that you can rest your knee on and scoot along. And I have crutches. I can manage the little wheelchair on my own. It's narrow enough that it can get down the halls and through doorways real easily. I'm not out of enough pain yet to put my knee on the scooter chair, but I will be in a couple more days. So that's where I've been. I went, luckily, when we came home, the worst part of it was when we came home, when we realized what had happened, I thought I sprained my ankle and I saw stars and I probably cussed a little bit. I cussed a little bit and I screamed for help, and my husband was right there with me and trying not to fall on his way to get me. And I just sat there for a few minutes, got my wits about me, but I had to scoot along out from underneath the house and out from underneath the deck and along a path till I could get to a sidewalk. And I did all that on my butt, inching, sticking my leg out the whole time, kind of just dragging it actually, till we could get to a sidewalk. And then my husband put a boat cushion on the bottom of a dolly, like a hand truck, and I sat on the boat cushion and he wheeled me up the hill to the front door, which only has one stair, well, one little one and one big one, into the house onto a bed. And we called our next door neighbor, who's a doctor, because he was off last week. He was not home, his wife was, and she's a what they call a PA. She's almost a doctor. And she came over and she looked at it. She goes, "Oh, yeah." So she called Dan, her husband, and said, "She's done a good job here. It's definitely going to need some work." And she said, "I think I'm 99, just looking at it, I'm 99% sure this is not a sprain." So he came over about 8 o'clock Thursday night, and he just looked at it. And he goes, "Yep." He got on the phone to an orthopedic specialist that he works with and got me in for 8 o'clock Friday morning. And they wheeled me in. They took x-rays as soon as I got there. The guy said, "Okay, have you eaten anything?" I'm like, "Well, I had coffee and a smoothie, a fruit smoothie." He goes, "All right, we can't do surgery today then." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Oh yeah, you broke your tibia and your fibia, and you're going to need screws and plates, but I won't know how much till I get in there, and we are going to do surgery. How about Tuesday morning?" I'm like, okay. Oh, anyhow. Long story short, the animal is not a cat. It's a possum. We don't know how. We think he's getting in through a dryer vent hose that is slotted through a hole in the brick. My husband has since clogged it, which is not good for the dryer, but we're not doing any drying of clothes right now. We are trying to catch this darn critter. We have 2 traps under there. I still have my bracelet on. Oh yeah, you should see me try to take a shower right now. It's crazy. Luckily, we have a bench in our one bathroom in our bedroom. And I kind of hobble along and wheel me in and hobble along and wheel me in and hobble along till I get to the bench. And then our shower has a detachable hose, and I kind of just sit on the bench and do my thing. But the possum has evaded us. He knows how to get the food out of the trap without springing the trap. And we even have, I'll put a picture up here for at the end. My husband even took a picture of him. He just sat on his workbench and just was like, hey, how you doing? Are you the guy feeding me? Thanks. I really enjoy all this food. It's like, oh my God. So anyhow, we're trying a different thing today. He loves apples and peanut butter. Anyhow, so, okay. Our chapter today, I think, is 44. And he's talking about going on a train. He has an excerpt from his diary, and he talks about going on it's January 28th. He's getting on a train and talking about buying mattresses and towels and sheets so that you have bedding on these couches in his train car. Now, I remember making some train paper. At the moment, I can't find it, and at the moment, I can't look for it. So, I'm going to, and thanks everybody for your messages. Annabelle, Curti, thank you so much. Oh, it's been an ordeal. I'm going to use this paper just because it's pretty, I think. This is some that I made. And this is going to be crooked, I'm sure, but I'm having to work with what I got here. And I'm going to he makes it to a town called Barato, which I'm not sure where that is. And I can't get another computer at the moment to look it up. But it sounds like they made it there in 2 days. Yeah. They left on the 28th and arrived on February 1st. So 4 days, a 4-day train trip in a car that they stopped at night, it seems like, and they had the bedding would go into these little tiny, just like cabins that had nothing but a floor, and then you could spread out your bedding and sleep on that, and then they'd get back on the train and go. From what I understand, I could be understanding it wrong, but that's how it seems like he was saying it. All right, I'm going to cut off the edges. And, okay, also, we have major tornadoes here today. We've already had 3 warnings. The storm Sally that came up into Alabama and really messed with Alabama. 30 inches of rain. Said they had 4 months of rain in 4 hours. Can you imagine? Pensacola, Florida, all the area where I used to live when I was a young thing is inundated with water. It came ashore as a Category 2, but it came with high tides, and it stalled, and it rained and rained. It took 24 hours to come through Pensacola and Gulf Shores, Alabama, which is right together. I may take this side off. My husband's going to the beach this weekend with his daughter and a friend of hers and her mom. Because it's Bella's birthday next week. And I hadn't planned on going anyhow. But my sister's going to come stay with me. So that'll all work out. I'm not quite self-sufficient just yet. But I've missed making my videos. So this makes me feel good. Oh, I forgot to bring it. I was going to bring it. I made a health journal. My surgery was day outpatient surgery. So as soon as you go in at 5 o'clock and then 5:30, they get you prepped and all the drugs in you. And they do it. And as soon as you're able to tell them your name, you're out of there. They send you home. So I didn't really get any normal ephemera from a hospital, but maybe I can get, I'm pretty sure next Friday they'll change my cast and everything. They'll x-ray it again, and I'm going to ask her for the cast stuff. It's fiberglass. It comes in these sheets that are wrapped in plastic, and you get it wet. No more cement, plaster of Paris casts. But I have a couple sore spots. Yesterday evening I started just taking aspirin because the one medicine they gave me was making me completely and utterly sick. I'm like, I'd rather have the pain than be this nauseous and sick. So they switched my pain medicine to tramadol, and that's okay. But I'm having to double it, and come to find out, aspirin is, for whatever reason, my body takes pretty darn well, and aspirin is, I think it's 325 milligrams of aspirin, and I'm taking 2, but it seems to be helping as much as the tramadol without all the other side effects. I did take a tramadol, though. I hadn't taken one since yesterday afternoon, and I took one this morning. I can now, the incision areas are starting to, which I'm assuming there's 2, there's probably 3, are starting to really hurt. Before, it was the plate on the left-hand outer part of my leg. And I had to go for 4 days with a cast just like this one, but nothing fixed, and I could feel, oh, that's crooked. I could feel the bones moving, which was rather disconcerting. It's like, ha, 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 ha. Okay, this is quite busy, I know, but I'm going with it. I like this style still, and I have a red, somewhere. I thought I had a red. Oh, here's a stamp that says India. Oh, here's a blue one, but I want to use a red one. I might use this guy. Kind of like a guru talking to an elephant. And I had just started painting some stuff to make some samples for myself of a national park paper pack or National Park Traveler's Notebook when all this happened. So I haven't gotten very far. And it might be a while, but I don't have a time frame on it. So basically, I'm just doing a glue book page today. It's about all I can manage. And I will get the need to glue paper to paper out of my system for a day. Maybe I'll start to feel a tad better. I'm already much better than I was. And my husband has been a jewel a jewel, which I knew he would be. He's pretty darn good. Pretty lucky in that respect. Now I do have this. That looks a little too modern though, in my opinion. Okay. Well, remember I thought I had extra days at the end of the month? Huh, not going to have extra days. So I'm just going to go through the 31st, and when I get done, I get done. Day 39. But my log is going to be all off kilter now. All right, day 39. Chapter 44. Page 400. To 408. And today's the 17th. And he's on a train to Barato. How do you spell that? I already forgot again. Barado. B-A-R-O-D-A. B-A-R-O-D-A. 4 days. Okay. I did manage to get my health journal on a picture of the cover on Instagram. My Instagram is 4x8 paper stuff also. Okay. Train, 4-day journey. To E-A-R-O-D-A, Barado. Brought our own. Oh, he did say something that was lovely. Listen to these words. Oh, he was talking about the train station, which I know India train stations are gorgeous. Inside this great station, tides upon tides of rainbow costumed natives swept along this way and that. That's beautiful. I'm going to see if I can put, I really would love to put that on there. But I don't have any more stamina for today, so that's going to stop. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will be back, barring any other issues,